y'all, it's Chrissy here with another Sims build, and this time I tried to step outside my comfort zone and do a modern build. And not only is it a modern build, it's a tiny house. Even though I don't have the expansion pack Tiny Living, I still wanted to give it a try, especially because I was inspired by this picture that I saw of I guess it was supposed to be like a gaming setup, but it was really just a picture of a loft, and I was inspired by that picture to create this whole house. And once I got started, I actually enjoyed doing it. It was very tiny, and the way that the Sims is set up, you can't walk under the stairs, and that was a big feature in this picture. Where this idea came from was that, you know, the stairs kind of acted as an archway into the living room area. And I still set it up like it was in the picture, even though it doesn't technically work right. So she, whoever may live there, I have a guy in there currently, but they don't go under the stairs to get to the living room. They go outside the house and then back inside the house. But it's so little, and there are 2 doors on each wall. It's so little that it doesn't really matter. That's the way they get around. And in the picture, it had I had like a bench for the seating, and I mean, I can't really say the dining room area because it's so little. There is no dining room area, but where they eat, it had a bench, and you know that doesn't really work with the Sims either. So I put in chairs for that. So I did deviate from the design a little bit because it's very hard to get, you know, real houses simified, if you will. But I did keep the basic idea of it, and I enjoyed doing it a lot. And I might do some more modern homes in the future. I don't know. It is just really not my style. But it was fun. It was fun to kind of step outside my comfort zone and try something new. I did refuse to do a white exterior. That's very common in modern builds, is a white exterior. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So, and I have no idea why I chose red, because I felt that was really dark too, but every other color that I chose just didn't quite work with it. So I went red, and eventually it turned out nice. It looked pretty good in my opinion. Like I said, the picture that I had to go by, you know, for my inspiration was just the inside. It was an inside shot of like the living room and this loft area up above the living room. So I have no exterior views. I have no views of like the kitchen or anything like that. So I just kind of used my imagination to, you know, fill in the missing pieces. And it didn't turn out half bad. Did I say so myself? Like I said, I might not do it again, but it was nice. Flexing my muscles in that regard. I really wish we could walk in under the steps. That would be so cool. And especially, you know, I want to get the Tiny Living pack, so I feel like that would be very beneficial in a pack like that, you know, because it's about saving space. And these staircases can take up a lot of space. Unnecessary space, in my opinion. Like, you can't even have storage under them. And I thought it would be, you know, like, wouldn't it be cool to have closets under the staircases, even though they don't technically have closets, but I mean, to make it more realistic, to make the game more realistic, that'd be pretty cool. I'm sorry, I'm saying a lot. I apologize for that. There's not really that much to say right now about it. It's kind of you know, just doing the basics, getting the structure all set up. And I did like this A-frame for the front of it, and the first time that I did the build, I didn't have a window upstairs because I just used roof pieces, and you can't really, like, walls don't go down in roof pieces. So if you put a window, you're just putting a window that looks into a wall. And then I was like, well, why can't I just put like a tiny little room and then roof pieces on each side of that room, and then I have a window? So voila, use my noggin and go a little creative with that, because the upstairs was a little dark, even though it had one big window in front of the computer, you know, that I could see from the photo that I used. It was still dark for a small space. So that other 2 windows, I used 2 windows, so those other 2 windows help lighten that up a little bit. And I have noticed in the few videos that I've watched with modern builds, they have like this lattice work. I mean, it's really, it's not a porch, so, or pergola, whatever those things are called. I'm not sure. I want to, like, you know, tighten up my design vocabulary. But anyways, a lot of it's very popular to have like this kind of lattice work and greenery. And I guess it's to soften the kind of harsh lines of modern builds. I was excited to tackle that. And then I tackled that. And it was a nightmare. It gave me a headache. And I kept in the first part of my attempt just to show you, you know, where I get really frustrated, which is, it's like right now it's coming up. I get really, really frustrated because I'm like, I had kind of done a practice run. I built this before I did it here, and I did a practice run and it worked fine. And then I went and did it for recording and it didn't work fine. So I was doubly frustrated. But I did eventually get it. I had to scale back on the greenery a little bit to make it work, and I was kind of disappointed about that. But overall, I really liked the way that it turned out, and I've mentioned this in my other videos about using the move objects trick. I'm not going to call it a cheat. It's not technically a cheat. So the move objects trick sometimes doesn't work well when walls cut away. So I tried to make sure that, like you can see here, I try to make sure that when walls cut away, you didn't see like random flowers or hanging ivy, just hanging. But overall, I was kind of pleased with how it turned out. It was nice. I had just intended to do ivy up on top, but then I was like, I have the little pink flowers in the creeping ivy going, you know, up the side of the house, so let's incorporate those a little bit into the top part too. And I was actually kind of tickled with coming up with that little idea. And I know I don't normally do face videos. I usually just do a voiceover, but I thought that I would do this every now and then. It's really hard for me to do it all the time because I have 3 kids, 2 of which are 3 and under, and it's a really small house. I do not have a dedicated office yet, so it can be really crazy in my house, and that's not very, you know, beneficial to recording a video right now. I have one sleeping in this room over here, and I have another that is awake upstairs, but Daddy is up there taking care of that to kind of carve out a few minutes for Mom to do her thing, because I have been trying to get this video up for a week now. I thought, you know, with the situation with the pandemic and everything, I was like, oh, we're gonna have so much time to get videos out and get our YouTube channel going, and it's not really worked out that way. Having kids at home takes so much of your time. It's just, I was thinking the other day, I bet stay-at-home moms are feeling really vindicated right now. They're like, oh, you think it's easy, then you stay at home. So I'm sure there are some stay-at-home moms that are feeling very vindicated with everything that's going on. And I hate that the world is in the situation that it's in, but I'm trying to remain hopeful and, you know, keep thinking that maybe we'll come out on the good side of this. Maybe this will be good for us, and just trying to keep my head up. So I also thought that I would show my face, because I know it's kind of lonely out there, and I wanted everybody to know that you're not really alone. Even if you're, you know, in your house, your apartment, and you're not seeing a lot of people, you're not alone. We're all in it together. And YouTube is actually a really great way to get some of your socializing in. The other day, I got my mom, uh, chatting on Facebook, via her video for the first time. It was interesting to try to work out with her, but my mom is at home all by herself, and I feel so horrible, and she doesn't get to see her grandbabies, so that was another thing that kind of slowed down me getting this video up. It's been a couple of days trying to get that going for her, and then once we got it up, we spent some time trying to talk and use it and let her see her babies. And I'm I'm sorry that we're not getting up videos like we want to, but as important as this is to us, and as much as we want to provide entertainment for whoever may view this, family and life does happen, and family and life does come first. And I think that's kind of a lesson that we're all learning right now with what's going on. We're all about the hustle. We're all about having to make that money, and not necessarily to be, rich and necessarily successful. Everybody's out there, working really hard to just make ends meet. And I think this kind of came in and was like, don't forget what makes you you, and it's not your paycheck. And I know some people might look at me and be like, well, I guess that's easy for you to say. No, it's not. I struggle. My house is extremely small, and it's a family of 5 in it. I don't work. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I have health issues that have prevented me from working for the last couple of years. So, that burden falls to my husband. So yeah, I know about struggles, so I'm not trying to be flippant about it. I'm just trying to look, trying to find the silver lining, because that's the only way you can make it through bad times, is to find the silver lining. And I love this little idea. I know I switched real quick, but in the picture that I had, it actually did have wine bottles in this this thing that was in the photo, and the thing was concrete, so I don't really know if it was like maybe a place for like air ducts or something like that. But it did have the wine bottles in the wall, and I was like, I can do that. I know I can do that. So I was really tickled when it worked out so easily. It wasn't really that tricky to accomplish that look, and it's really neat. It's really different to have like a wine wall. It's a wine wall, okay. And of course, since the inspiration was derived from a gaming setup, because it shows the computer upstairs and all that, I had to have a console, and the computer's upstairs, and I kind of had this idea that it was a bachelor pad. Like I said, he or she could live there. I currently have a guy there, but I kind of have this bachelor pad idea. Maybe he's techie, into gaming, and he's very, cluttered, and he writes down ideas. Maybe he's a YouTuber and he writes down ideas for his videos, and he's got hand mail or whatever. I don't know. I'm starting to see that if you have a story in mind for your builds, when you do your builds, it's a lot more fun. The first build that I shared was just like a renovation build, and I didn't really have a story for that. Like, my end goal was just to make it beautiful again, and that was it. And so it was kind of like a job. It was kind of hard. It was hard to find the motivation for that, aside from just my end goal, reaching my end goal. But this was fun, and that's probably why, even though it's a modern build and not something that I normally gravitate toward, that's why I enjoyed it so much, because I created my little story in my head about it. Well, it was like almost as soon as I saw the picture, I created that story. So I'm going to kind of follow that sort of path from here on out and try to have a story in mind when I do these builds, even if I'm doing, remodels where I'm getting really, really old, crappy houses and breathing new life into them. I'm going to have a story when I do that, this little couple, it's their first home and they're going to buy it and they're going to remodel it, or maybe, this family, like all the movies now, they're moving from the city and the hustle and the bustle and out to the country where they can be with their family more. Yeah, I'm just going to start kind of having stories now. I think that works better. It's a learning process. I've never shared my builds before, and the builds that I've done, for my own personal reasons, I had a story for them because they were for my game. So this is new territory for me. I'm learning as I go. And I did play this house. The microphone, you can't really use it. It's mostly there for looks. The guitar, you can. And of course, like all my builds, this will be on the gallery to download. I'll share that link on Twitter, and you can just click on it and go download it. My username is Chris, that's CRISS _THE_PRISS. And you can find me on the Sims Gallery if you want to download it. And like I said, I did play. It's very limited in space, but he can cook, he can eat, he can watch TV, he can sleep, he can use his computer, and he can use the bathroom. Like I said, he does walk out one door and back in, or she, and back in the other, but it's so small it doesn't even matter. It's not even an issue. There's one thing of custom content in this build, and I'm hesitant to upload it with that item. Technically it's two, but they go together. So I'm hesitant to upload it with that item. If I upload it with that item, of course, I will tell you, where that item came from and give credit where credit is due. And I'll do that in the description in this video as well, since I did use it in the build for the video. But if I don't actually use it in the upload, I will still in the description in the EA gallery tell you where you can get it. It's just it's like a little hanging chair, like a hammock chair, because the original photo had an actual hammock up there, and I couldn't find anything that really fit what I was going for. Like the custom hammocks that I found were like attached to posts, like they were supposed to be outside, and it didn't really work for the look. But I found that cute little chair and I was like, okay, I'll try that. And your sim can actually sit in it. It's a working chair, and it looks good. It works. It's really nice. So if you want to check that out, I will get that information to you. You can download it. And when I said it was like two items, it's the chair and a throw pillow that you can place on the chair. And the throw pillow and the chair are two separate items, so you can actually use the throw pillow on other chairs if you want, couches, whatever. But it's specifically made for that hanging chair, and it works. It looks nice. It looks really nice. But like I said, I'll put the links in for that and all the information in for that if you're interested. I try to not use very much custom content in the builds that I use to make videos. But even though we do get a lot of content in our games, I don't have all of the expansion packs or the stuff packs or game packs or whatever. I've been playing The Sims for 20 years. I played The Sims 1 when The Sims 1 first came out. So I can't keep up with what they call everything. Stuff packs, game packs. Like you've got, like I remember one of my favorite was Teen Stuff, Sims 2. Oh, and hobbies in Sims 2 is really awesome. But yeah, so expansion packs, game packs, stuff packs. I don't know. It's crazy. They have so much stuff that you can get for your Sims now. It's insane. But I don't have it all. So, I don't have like a whole lot of objects to choose from. So sometimes I'm kind of pushed, to use custom content. But at the same time, it can work without it too. I've just mainly used custom content, for that extra pop in my builds. And my next build is going to be, well, okay, it's a pink and purple beach house, and is it Malibu? I think it's in Malibu, but it's kind of a popular house. At one point in time, it was rumored to be the Barbie co-creators house, but that turned out to not be true, but that's because of how it looks. It's like a Barbie house. But that's my next build, so subscribe, that way you can know when that's coming. And that's going to be a really cute build. I'm doing that specifically for my daughter because she's wanting me to build her that house so that she can have a Barbie house in The Sims. But I will share that. I will upload that as well to the gallery so you can download it if you like it. I'm actually going to do, it's a part of 3 houses that I'll be doing all 3. But if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you have any ideas or suggestions, please leave a comment. Thank you very much for watching. You all stay safe.